Hey guys, I'm going to recap a 1984 romance drama movie named The Dark Side of Love. So let's begin. The movie begins with a view of the road visible from a moving car. This car is being driven by Patricia. Patricia is visiting her stepbrother, Emilio, because their mom has died. There is no one to look after Emilio, for Patricia is a successful and energetic girl. The same Emilio as a 16-year-old boy who spends most of his time sitting in the room watching adult scenes on TV. Either is reading adult book when Patricia reaches home. She sees the death body going to cremation. Then as she goes to Emilio room when her professors come to teach Emilio, whom she refuses to teach today. And when Patricia reaches Emilio room, I'm taking a gander at the shut windows of the space for treats. He opens them all and tells Emilio that you don't get outside air, so your face has become yellow. You ought to keep the windows open for natural air. Then she asks Emilio, assuming my room is prepared. Emilio inquires as to why. Patricia says that I will remain here for now to deal with you. Then Emilio inquires as to whether your studio organization consider the possibility that Patricia says I have sold everything, so that I got good money. Next day Patricia says to Emilio, let us go out, but Emilio doesn't feel like going out, so Emilio says that if something happens to me outside then you will be responsible for it. But Patricia takes him out forcibly. Patricia kept telling about the plans on the walk, but Emilio insists and soon comes back home. In the night both have dinner, which has made by Patricia. Patricia updates the entire house by including her studio, keeps it, and tells Emilio to let me know if you want cash. However, Emilio lets him know that I care very little about cash. Patricia begins taking a gander at Emilio on this matter. Then Emilio begins taking a gander at a young lady sitting in the bathroom and outside the gallery withdrawals. He inquires as to whether she is your better half, so Emilio says if not, then Patricia suggests him, why don't you approach him? Then Emilio says that it is not for me. After this Patricia leaves from there. Emilio was watching adult movie at night only. Then Patricia comes there, and Patricia picks up all adult magazines of Emilio and asks him to clean up, and Emilio also speaks to Patricia for not keeping an eye on him. Next day Patricia comes to Emilio to exercise with her. Emilio gets tired quickly, then stops exercising for treat. Cia tells Emilio that now you should go out of the house and make a lot of friends. Then Emilio says I do not need anyone, I am happy alone, and went out. So what if I get killed in an accident on the road? Then Patricia starts explaining to him that he should not think that death is bound to come one day or the other in his life. As extremely gorgeous, clarifying this, Patricia embraces Emilio. Then when Patricia sees that Emilio was energized, then she leaves him and goes to her bed and begins to jerk off. Then unexpectedly Emilio comes there. Seeing that she stops herself, Emilio requests that she stroll on the ocean front. However, Patricia declines and says that she will rest a day, after which Emilio leaves. From that point goes. Sooner or later Emilio requests to stroll outside, yet Patricia rationalizes again really his state of mind as to accomplish something different. Patricia calls her lifelong companions Arrigo to satisfy her need and welcomes him to supper at her home. Even plans Emilio for this, yet Emilio was sitting alone and inevitably gets exhausted and goes to his bed. Then when he is dozing in his room, now he gets Patricia voice starts coming from his room, and he gets up and sees in poetry to his room that Patricia is getting intimate with her friend Arrigo. Then after intimate, Arrigo speaks to Patricia that why it seemed that you are imagining someone else while being intimate. Then Patricia tells him that you should not worry about me. Here Emilio was listening to something on Walkman in his room, when out of nowhere Patricia comes lying close to him and starts enlightening his experience concerning private pieces of young ladies by switching off Walkman's body. After that she begins portraying her story to Emilio about how she framed her relationship in the theater with an obscure kid. Then the following day the two of them take a stroll near the ocean. When the Patricia vanishes for some time while swimming, Emilio blows up it as way. At the point when she returns, Emilio demands that he got back around evening time. Patricia comes to his room and asked her for what reason are you not resting. Then Emilio tells that it is extremely sweltering here. Retreatsia says though you need I can recount to you one more story. Then Emilio likewise prepares for the story and Patricia tells how she used to appreciate calling her companion at home when she was nearly nothing and furthermore attempts to contact Emilio while telling. The following day the two of them go out to eat and when they return home Emilio lets him know that he could do without the food there by any means, and asks Patricia to recount another story. Retreatsia tells how she got cozy with her father's companion and recounting the story she begins jerk off in her room. Emilio starts see her then she closes the gate of her room. After this incident for Retreatsia it feels a little different next day. Both the studios are being set up. That's when Patricia tells Emilio that we should stop this game. Emilio says that you did the beginning. Emilio says that we should go out. After a while both leave with votes for Retreatsia calls the model to the studio the next day. She begins drawing nearer to Emilio. In the model talk seeing this the Retreatsia gets energized so Emilio kisses that model to cause Patricia to feel desirous separate treats. He furiously chides that model and drives her away. The following day Emilio Patricia and his teacher or super Emilio converses with Patrice definitely that he is checking out at you from some unacceptable eyes. As though you have guts inside you then stop him. Patricia says stand by I accomplish something separate. Retreatsia beginnings contacting her educator and afterward holding her hand. Puts it on herself and on this guy's licks her and leaves the super. Then in the night Emilio and Patricia beginning contending. She says again this game isn't correct, you don't feel love yet in which to body. These are one life. Emilio lets him know that today we will watch a film you have fortitude in you so show me what love is. So says Retreatsia the decision about whether to stop it. The two of them sit and goes to drop Arrigo guest by boat so she goes to Emilio nude and tells Amelia that I love you, I want you, we should not waste time, Arrigo will take some time to come back. Then both of them become intimate. And the movie ends here. I hope you enjoy the video so click any video of three of them and enjoy next. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and please like the video and tell us in the comment have you liked the video. I see you soon.